What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Apothecary Diaries, this time with Season 2, Episode 12. I believe this is the end of Part 1, although it will just be continuing next week with the start of Part 2. So, yeah, continued core, which is always appreciated. I don't really like having to wait 3 or even 6 months sometimes for the second part, so always like that about this series. Fantastic episode last night, of course. Lots of fan service towards the end of the episode, which is great. Quite a perilous situation we did get in, but thank you guys for the comments. A lot of things are starting to make quite a bit of sense now in terms of the assassination attempt and such. Also, I did want to say that I will be, or at least I'll try to watch the trailer that just got released for the second part at the end of the video, if you guys want to stick around for that. Little slight spoiler of that. I did see who does sing the opening, and I think I've only ever heard 1 or maximum 2 songs from them before. But what that was the Fire Force opening, which is one of my favourite songs. Mr. Green Apple, I think it's called. Really love that song. So I'm hoping for the I'm hoping for this one to be a banger as well. Do let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comment section though. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. That scene there also makes a lot of sense now to me, with her holding that element, I'll call it. I forget what it's actually called, but and then she looks at young Jinshi and she's like, and then she realizes. I think she realizes who exactly that is. So I wonder if she'll actually put that together today. I mean, she kind of theorized it anyway, but it was just like a possibility. It wasn't something she actually believed was true. Well, these guys are probably all just thinking, well, he's dead. They're all happy. Do you know what, seeing that cooked head of that big thing there just makes me remember this horrible video that would go around on Twitter a few months ago of this guy from America like eating like the pig's head, like the nose, that bit. Yeah, it was just gross. It's horrible to watch, but weirdly intriguing. it's, it's amazing, isn't it? Her first thought is not like the situation. What? Excuse me? Bruh, my mind is going to horrible places right now. But what else am I meant to think about when she thinks she's touching a frog? What is his... Oh, to be fair, I guess if she's touching all of it, to be fair, if I'm like... to be fair, I guess that could kind of be shaped as a frog if she's touching everything down there. But, okay. Is this the frog scene? Is the frog scene not actually a scene with a frog? Again, my theories about the frog scene were just wildly incorrect, weren't they? And it's too big as well. Maybe he's got a boner right now. If not, then pretty impressive actually. So that again kind of harkens back to that scene I mentioned in the intro about her realizing. Yeah. And I think her interest is gonna take a hold of her here, isn't it? I guess it does. That's really cute how he was holding her there. Oh, you already know, so you can't play this one off. She's not very good at acting the fool, is she? That was not a frog. Go on, Jinshi. Again, I don't know. I feel like I'd take that as a compliment. No, there's some big ass frogs out there. Yeah. There is also some tiny frogs out there, so. Yeah. And it does just mean that there is even more danger, unfortunately. But I'm on Jinshi's side with this, I think. Better now. Been struggling to for a while. Holy shit. Oh, this just gets crazier. This just gets crazier and crazier. Well, that wasn't her natural instinct, was it? That is the first thought that came to her mind, but interesting. Gonna slap him. Kind of seemed like she Oh, there's the dog to sort it all out. Interesting. So that's an interesting scene to interpret there, isn't it? I do see a lot of people again see this stuff as quite controversial in terms of like the power relationship stuff here, and I think people might see this as like she kind of accepting her place as a lower status and just like letting this happen. Otherwise, there'd be trouble for not letting it happen. I imagine there's plenty of even in nowadays kind of society. There's plenty of occasions where if you do not, I mean, much more so for women. Again, I've got no real experience in this, but if you do end up denying something like this, then lose your job. And again, in this economy, in this series, I imagine that means that it's going to be a very rough life for Mao Mao if there's a potential for Jinchi. I mean, Jinchi, I don't think would do that if she denied him. Um, but yeah, I mean that's a real big possibility, and people taking advantage of their power and such. So I do kind of see why people would think that, but again, I don't think it's that kind of situation. To be honest with you, I don't think the writer is going for anything like that. I don't think there's anything to suggest that with Jinshi specifically. But she kind of just like she relaxes a bit here and just kind of accepts it, I think. But yeah, this situation, yeah, I kind of half expected it to be like near the end of this situation at the end of last episode, but it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. More and more fan service, which I like. Good fan service as well, by the way, not just yeah, image of girl fan service, if you know what I'm saying. But I think her mind is again like this complicates things. Her knowing about Jinshi and then getting it romantically entangled with him, like these things would just serve to be negatives to her logical mind. I think. Again, we see like her reactions to a lot of the stuff. Then was very kind of scientific, wasn't it? Like frog and yeah, and the smell of like Jinshi and like the kind of elements to him, not the kind of emotion of the situation, but yeah, you just we know how Mao Mao thinks. So interesting to see it so embedded in her that even like she thinks like that in a situation like this. But again, that's who she is. Okay, awesome. I love that. So again, there wasn't really too much of any frog stuff going on, was it? I like that though. I like that because everybody was bigging this up, and I like the fact that nobody spoiled it and they kind of like misdirected us. Hmm. Jinchi done a really good job there though of like letting out a lot of the things he's had stored in him. I also do think there was evidently a bit of what's it called? Things are a bit high. Missing the word. Adrenaline. A lot of adrenaline going on right now. Not just from that situation, but obviously the attempted assassination and jumping off a bloody cliff from beforehand. I think yeah, a lot of that probably flared things up and probably helped Jinchi. Adrenaline is a hell of a powerful drug. The ripped. Hmm. Really? I feel like probably the opposite. I think animals are really good with stuff like that, aren't they? They've just got this kind of feeling towards people, especially dogs. They kind of seem to really know if a person is a nice person or not. Yeah, I do agree. It'd be stupid like that. That would just be stupid. It would just be stupid to leave the same kind of arrows in your wagon, just absolutely leading them to you. That could be quite an interesting double bluff there. Oh, yeah, again, I don't think it is, but be quite bold. Yeah, obviously it was this guy. Shoot him, mama. Oh, he's here. I wonder if there's anything scientific behind that. The dog's intuition. Or if it's just one of those unwritten rules things. Shoot him, man. Try to kill Jinshi. It's a little bit of a shame that Jinshi's touched it. Honestly, I'm actually a little bit surprised because I think in season one, Mao Mao did. I mean, he's kind of incriminated himself by finding the exact spot where the gun would be, but to even more incriminate him, to use the fingerprints, I feel like that's something Mao. I think we've seen Mao use something like that, something similar to that before. Fingerprints is not an exact science during this time period, but I imagine that there'd probably be quite a good chance that that could help. Or maybe I'm just absolutely wrong in saying that. I don't know. Again, I think this is enough to incriminate him anyway, so. Funny enough, I think Mao Mao is probably the safest guard he could have had during all this. I think that lot's probably going for a head right now. Oh, they should be dead. Maybe death is a bit too harsh, but they did attempt to kill a high standing figure, which again in this day and age is usually very punishable by death. Quite crazy. The further back in history you get, the more important a person who died is, the harsher the treatment. I'm not sure if that's still the case. It probably is to a certain extent. I'm not really too clued up. Yeah, I think lives have gotten more equal as time's gone by. What was he talking about, Jinshi? So Jinshi came here pretending to be a eunuch before, and now he's here as the masked man. I did just miss that. Apologies, guys. Five. Burned face, eh? Freddy Krueger. I can't imagine two people looking more different. Freddy Krueger and Jinchi. Well, if anything, I think he proved he's got strong and good people around him. He has. I thought he was going to toast. Build out. Yeah, as I said, he's got good people around him. I wouldn't call them usable pieces, but whatever. A lot of badness came with this stuff. I keep saying this every week. But the imports we had earlier on in the season, just like a lot of bad things came from that. Wow, this is gonna be awkward. I feel like it'd probably do need to talk things out a bit calmer. Oh, we did actually see this in the preview, didn't we? Yeah, like I said, there was a lot of adrenaline before, so probably best we do this. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? Just looking at this scene. Whereas I think I'm the complete opposite of that, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm pretty good at reading the room, reading people and their emotions and thoughts. Usually accurate. It's one of the reasons I love watching anime so much, because of the characters and just interested in people. Oh shit. Really? They have to focus on that slight touch. Kind of cute. The gold stuff, isn't it? If only she reacted that way to your feelings, bro. It's almost a bit sad. Oh, damn. Fucking hell. I do kind of want to go back there a sec. I'm not sure if he was talking during that scene of her going crazy. Oh, bloody hell. I think this has definitely been the best episode so far this season, hasn't it? Yeah, like this scene from Jinshi's last scene to this scene, I'm not really sure what happened. To be honest with you, um, but yeah, whatever it is, I'm not sure he's going to be able to express it right now. Oh dear, you should have maybe waited to the end of the conversation for this. Although you love seeing how that expression on her face, though, don't you? Because it's rare, so it's like it makes it more precious. It's kind of like, again, these elements. The rarer they are, the more precious they are, the more expensive they are, and so on. The more you treasure it. Yeah. So you might end up killing him. How would you do that without killing someone? Is a question I have. Sorry to pause again. We've only got 30 seconds left, so I won't bother sorting out the timer. But I imagine that could be reasonably easy done if you're like a baby or a young kid. I think I don't really know. It's not something I've looked into, obviously. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've just from again being a horror fan, pretty much every time I've seen someone's bits cut off, they've died from blood loss. So yeah, I'm wondering, especially again during this time period, what the survival rate of someone that does that is, especially again as an adult. Seems like you'd be more likely to die. Only two of them. Emperor. Jinshi. Skinokimi. No, you can't. Oh, I still. Moon storytelling as well. What did that say? Is it? What does that mean? Oh, is that his real name? Kazuigetsu. It's a pretty Japanese sounding name, so I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said near the end there, I think this has definitely been my favourite episode of the season so far. I do feel like this season was a little bit slower than the both parts of the first season, to be honest with you. However, I think these last couple of episodes have been two of the strongest in general so far as well. So swings and roundabouts in that sense. But again, I will be watching the trailer at the end here as well. There is that half moon. Again, a lot of stuff. We recognise a lot more stuff from the opening and ending now, don't we? Like this little bag here, of course. Again, I think they do stuff like that really well in this series. Like not like a lot of anime do that great in general, like not spoiling it, but kind of teasing things in the opening and ending. Well, I think this show does that really well. In terms of like it's right in front of our face, but yeah, I didn't actually like recognize all this stuff till the last couple episodes and the meaning behind it. You know what? I'm not sure I am going to watch the trailer, to be honest with you guys. I don't know. I just feel like it spoils a lot, but I'll check it out. I think again. I like I said, I always feel like I don't usually like watching trailers too much because again, I do want to go into things pretty blind a lot of the time. I feel like the bigger kind of like a lot of my favorite things is being like massively surprised by something I knew like absolutely nothing about, like Orb on the Movements of the Earth, for example. Like, that show was just like an absolute surprise. Knew nothing about it going in, and it was just phenomenal. I really like that experience, but like I just said at the end there, I feel like the previews and such for this are actually really good at not giving too much away. So I will watch it. Oh god. You know what that means. Bathhouse. So I was just talking about fan service today, wasn't I? About the really good fan service what we got the end of last episode and the start of this one. Looks like we're going to get some more normal fan service next episode, which a lot of people really enjoy. Again, I'm not really bothered about it. I've become a little bit more accepting of it, I guess, as just like as a part of anime, but not something I get my way to watch or anything. So yeah, as I said, a really awesome episode today. Love the scenes with Jinchi and Mao Mao. I'm just gonna get up the trailer real quick. Love the scenes with. Am I gonna watch it? You know what? I think I'll leave it, to be honest with you. I'm really going back and forth on this, aren't I? Because I know it's 2 minutes long. Is the thing, and 2 minutes is a long time for a trailer. And what do you know? It's the whatever. We'll watch it. It's the first thing that comes up here. Oh my god! Oh my god, was that loud? Yeah, loved the first half of the episode. Was fantastic, and pretty much again just a full episode of fan service almost. We did solve a little bit of a kind of mystery. It wasn't. It was. I wouldn't call it a mystery, to be fair. I mean, I guess it was, but it was a very kind of easily solved mystery, wasn't it? Maybe easily solved is doing it a disservice, but it wasn't much of a focus, was it? The kind of mystery of who was the attempted assassin. But yeah, just loved how important that whole first half was, and again, just really. I mentioned this about like Mao Mao's reactions to stuff. It just really kind of cements to us like who these characters are and how they behave in like situations like this, and seeing how different Mao Mao reacts to stuff. I mean, it came back up at the end here with seeing Mao Mao as a little kid. You can very much see how she got the way that she is. And it's not like a negative thing, but it definitely is a negative in the sense of like her releasing her emotions. Like Jinchi was struggling enough with it. I imagine there's a lot of his past that kind of made that a bit of an issue to kind of come out and say this, and to kind of give himself away to Mao Mao. So love that we got to see a little bit of that from her perspective as well. But yeah, just again, one of my favourite episodes, probably of the show in general so far, to be honest with you. But as I did say, we'll just watch the preview quickly. I'm not sure if there is subtitles. I doubt it. Well, there is, but they're YouTube subtitles, so they're probably not all that accurate. And this might be a bit laggy because, for whatever reason, my OBS just always seems to lag whenever I try and watch anything on YouTube or like Twitter or anything. So apologies about that. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what we can expect here. Oh, this isn't the song I was expecting. Okay. Oh, yeah. That is I didn't want to pause it too much. This does remind me of the whole makeup situation. I'm not sure what these are, but yeah, this does actually kind of again remind me of the start of season 1 with the whole poison makeup. There's those. I think they're Russian women, right? Looking a bit dodgy there. Looking a little bit dodgy. Okay, I'm gonna try not to pause. That just makes the lag worse. So I think there's a few scenes here from the last part, isn't there? Oh, we're gonna see how it was set up from that subtitle. Oh shit! Who is this song right now? Who is singing this song right now? I love these people. I can't remember what I last heard them in. Wow, we really got some awesome artists. Omoi no Take. We'll look up what other songs they've done at the end. But I remember hearing them in a previous anime and I loved their song. And this sounds awesome as well. Yes, you gotta hide your favourites, Jinchi. Oh, well, I've been calling this. Oh, Lacan. Oh my god. I've been calling it. I've been saying this whole time something terrible is gonna happen with Mau Mau. Oh, that's a nice cover art back there, isn't it? Oh. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Spyro. Reminds me of one of the Spyro levels. Oh. Again, unfortunately, I'm not going to mention it, but I did get spoiled on something. Interesting. Insects can't survive. Interesting. Interesting. Like I said, I know a bit more about that than I meant to. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really good trailer there. Like I said, lots of older shots from this last part, which I think is good. It wasn't 2 minutes of just new material. Like I said, that would probably have a bit too many spoilers for my liking. Yeah, I've unfortunately been calling it this whole time. Mau Mau's importance has just been increasing, and now she actually is confirmed to know about who Jinchi actually is. It just like it puts an even bigger target on her back, and the target on her back was absolutely ginormous before that. So yeah, Omoi no Take. I'm happy I remembered that name because that's a hard one to remember. So what anime song did they do before? Definitely Blue Period. Ah, yeah. I listened to that song a hell of a lot. That was 3 years ago. Bloody hell. Yeah, I thought I recognised them. Looks like they might have done Horimiya as well. I don't remember that one, but and My Hero Academia. Okay, yeah. So I've heard them. I've heard a few of their songs. I really like the sound of the ending there. But again, thank you guys for watching. Yeah. Unfortunate. Well, it was a really good trailer, but like I said, unfortunate here in the news that Mau Mau's got a big old target on her back. So that's going to be a really interesting situation. Looks like that's going to be a big focus of the next part as well. Mau Mau going missing, all these people, Lacan, Jinchi, probably going to be yeah, super worried about what is going to be happening with that. She's probably puts her foot in it a bit too much, maybe with these blonde girls that we did see in this part, because again, this has been a whole big kind of scheme. I've said how this part has probably been less good than season 1, but again, I think it's a lot of it is because this is just kind of building up this a little bit like the start of season 1 was building up this situation of like these imports coming in which were all dodgy, these blonde women coming in that are dodgy, this situation now with Jinchi that we covered in the last couple of episodes. Like things are just kind of building up and boiling over even more so, I think, than on the scale at least, even more so than season 1. So yeah, very excited to see part 2 next week. Again, I don't think there's any change in schedule. I think next week will be an episode as usual. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments though. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys then.